The last 3 years we had a lot of experience on our team, faces that you've seen for a few years, and this year it's a little bit different. So a lot of young kids, but with that it brings a little bit more excitement and a lot of teaching, and we're just ready to get playing here in a few days. So, we're getting better every day, and that's the biggest thing for this group is we've got to see that constant daily improvement.
You mentioned a lot of young kids. Monica, you're the only senior on this team. Just talk a little bit about what that role sort of entails, being a leader for the younger kids as somebody who's been here longer than they have.
Like a couple years when I first came in here, I had all the seniors kind of be a leader to me and show me where to go. So I just kind of took that role on this year and trying to be that voice and help them, because I know I've been there a couple years ago. So trying to help them with the little things, knowing like what coach expects, just trying to let them know before we make any more mistakes.
And Kylie, for you, new season's a clean slate for everybody. What's something you've been working on in the off season, or something you feel like you're going to be improved at this year?
I think as a team we worked a lot on our offense and chemistry, shooting. I think defensively, I think we can be better than we were last year. I think we have a lot of grit. We work hard. So yeah.
Coach, maybe if you could just give us a quick rundown of the non-conference schedule. You got a conference crossover you're heading off to, and then a few home games. What can we sort of expect to see before the RMAC season gets underway?
Yeah, so we will open off with West Texas, same team that beat us in the NCAA tournament in the first round, a team that we played twice last year. So we're looking forward to playing them. Obviously they're ranked really high and have a great team coming back. So we got our hands full that first weekend. And then we have UT Permian Basin, who, plays hard, and they get you to play ugly. They just compete for 40 minutes, and so we've got to be ready we got a tough weekend, that first one coming, and a long bus ride to get up there, and so it'll be fun for these kids to see how they respond on the road against two really good teams. And then we go, we don't get to take a break off next week. The following week we go to Fort Hays, play Fort Hays. They're ranked 3rd in the nation. Great team, great players. So, and then we finish it off with Northwest Missouri State. And then after those 4 games, we come back to our Thanksgiving Classic, and those will be our home openers on Thanksgiving weekend. And so we're excited to play. We've got to get better every game. And in our league where you play Friday, Saturday, you got to be good on Friday, great on Saturday, and really it's who can survive and be tough on that Saturday game. And so I'm looking forward to see what our team, what we've got in those situations. You try and simulate it in practice, but it doesn't always come across like you want it to. And so when you get out and play different teams and how they try and expose you and take advantage of our weaknesses, we see how we adjust in game and then how we prepare week to week.
All right, questions?
Coach, I know you've been coaching a long time. Can you just talk about what's it like going from a team that you know what you had, game in and game out, you had some veterans, and now going into a season where you might not know what your team is right now in the very beginning?
Right, a good question. Like I said, the last few years we had a lot of girls that played a lot of minutes, won big games, won championships. So, there were times where I didn't have to say anything. And, it's like, let's give it to her, and she'll make something happen. Right this year it's a lot of teaching. It's breaking everything down from terminology to, we've got 19 players. They're all from different programs. And, the expectation there might be a little bit different from here. So really it's just trying to talk about our tradition and our culture and how things are done, and we want it done a certain way. So, they're not going to be like in March form in September or October, and I got to tell myself that every day, that they'll grow into it, and that's the biggest thing is we've got to be patient, but in those we can't play with a lot of mistakes. Where we're still trying to figure each other out. Players are trying to figure themselves out. we've got to be really a sound basketball team early on. I think that's going to be the biggest difference.
So you guys lost a lot of players, obviously, last year. What are you looking for to see from your team early on offensively? I know you talked a little bit about defensively, but you lost Mariah Martin, Daniela Turner. What do you want to see from your players early on offensively?
Well, I want them all to be a threat. That's one thing that we've got to do this season is everyone's got to be a threat on the floor, and it'll be different. Some are 3-point shooters, and some are good in the post. Some can take it off the dribble, but everybody's got to be a threat and contribute. We've got to look for each other, play really unselfish basketball, and if we can move the ball well, and like I said, limit those turnovers as much as possible, I think we'll be okay on offense.
As a senior, you talked about you're only senior, you guys have an argument. So let's talk about something positive. What is something good that you see from this team that maybe you didn't see on last year's team?
This team, they work hard. I mean, there's a lot of young people, and they just want to play, and they want to compete for a spot to play on this team. So they're really gritty, and they try to sometimes they don't click right away, but they at least try and they work hard. So it's fun watching them.
One more question. So you said West Texas was a team that you guys lost to. Talk about the intensity that you have built up inside to go back out there this year and play against them.
It's a lot of, they have a really good team, so it's going to take a lot for us. We have to pay attention to all the little details, but I'm excited. I'm ready to go out there and see what we have and kind of just go back after the game and see what we can do to improve for the next game.
I think we, as returners, we should take that personal because I think we need to be able to combat that and come back and show that we can beat them or that we're not just going to get walked on. So.
Kind of a little bit of a statement, even though it's the first game of the season.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's kind of a big win. If we get a win, it's a big win for us because it helps later on in March when we start playing playoffs and stuff too. So.
Yeah, I'm looking forward. It didn't matter who we're playing. I know it's West Texas, so that was the last team we played. I just want to get out on the floor, and I think they're excited to get out and play and see what we have. It'll be November, but like Monica said, a lot of things that you do early on still carry over into March, and so we've got to be at our top of our game that first weekend.
So with a lot of these younger players you guys have coming in, how have you guys, as that players coming back, been able to kind of bond and build that relationship on and off the court with them?
We've done quite a few, I would say team bonding activities, but we just hang out a lot. So I think that helps with chemistry off the court, and then I think it carries on to the court.
Coach has mentioned a lot about how years past, really roles were defined. We knew the starters were who was getting the ball. For you guys as players, since it's different this year, does that make you guys more excited, sort of the idea that you can go out and practice and sort of prove and carve a bigger role for yourself?
I want them to. I want them to compete every day in practice and show. I want them to show themselves that they deserve to be on the floor. I want them to, show me, show their teammates that, hey, I deserve to be out there and get these minutes and I earned it. So I think we love the healthy competition, and that's what I want to see the whole year is just that drive to get better. And, the harder we work at our craft, hopefully that equals, more wins for our team and we can have a great year.
Anybody else? All right, question of the week, you guys. It's a little bit of an interactive one this week. Tennis ball, right here. Is it yellow or green?
It's green.
I'm going with green.
Yellow.
What?
I think you guys are covered.
No.
Green.
It's green.
Build a case.
Green.
Why is it yellow? Why is it green?
This is yellow. That's green.
It's green with a little yellow in it, like a little splash of yellow.
The tree behind it is green. That's yellow.
Okay, but look at that yellow right there. That's why it says green with a little splash of yellow.
All right, guys. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Thanks.